Hi, I see that we have a really good number here, so I think we are good to go. Over to you, Mauro.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the HoSkar Night virtual Asia. I'm live here from my living room, but I think the majority of us are live from living room. So it's been now, what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks since this lockdown. So a bit of losing track and sense of time. But today I decided to just dress up a bit to the feeling of the old time of meeting people. I shave it a bit, take care. I couldn't really cut my hair well, but at least it's close enough to start the night tonight.
So sorry, Mauro. Sorry. I think you definitely look better today, but I want to see, does anybody want to see what we have to deal with every day? Can the IT team give me the photo that we secretly took yesterday during the team call? They see what we have to do every day. They see what happened with the lockdown for 2 months, guys.
I had no idea we taken this.
Sorry, Mauro. Sorry, Mauro.
There was a false start, but let's say that Ning, the reason why, because your video was not on. Anyway, so let's start the show. Let's start the show today. This HoSkar and drinks. But before I want to start, I would like to just maybe a couple of words about the HoSkar Night. What is the HoSkar Night? It's something that we really like everybody to be part of. It's something that allow us to share ideas, allow to people to connect, to speak, to interact with KOL. It's something that we like it to do, to really connect people, especially in a period like this. Now, today, Linan will explain you a little bit better about the show, but what we have is initial parts of a discussion with our KOL, which is a range of 12 people today with a different background. I think we should show the slide of the KOL now. Some of them will be regional. So we have people connecting from Thailand. We'll have people connecting from Singapore. We'll have a lot of people, obviously, in Vietnam. A lot of them are working into operation. We have people working in construction, technology, asset management. So really a variety of people that we love to have a chat and discuss tonight. But before moving to actually engaging with them, I'll pass the microphone to Linan, which is also our co-host today, and she organized the whole show, which will take us through the whole agenda, which will last about 1 hour. Linan, over to you.
Thank you, Mauro. Thank you, and thank you, Ning, as well, for a very entertaining opening. But it's not just me as the co-host of the event, but the whole team was working really hard to put this together. So I would like to start with quickly take you all through the event, but maybe before that, I would love to show what it is like the HoSkar Night. Maybe Mauro can introduce you a bit later, but as you already know, after the COVID and maybe especially after the lockdown, we moved everything online. So we come up with the virtual drink idea. And in June, we have the very first time. And also after the event, we also have the selfie contest where we have our HoSkarian take the photos and post it on the social channel and tag our page. So we already have 4 winners that we announced on our page. And they all received a very attractive package from our hotel partners, as you can see here. So if you want to be the next winner, don't forget to follow the show, but also make sure you look good and take good selfie after this and share it maybe on your LinkedIn or Facebook and tag HoSkar Night page. So that would be about the previous one. So today the program would be very interesting. Let me show you the menu. Okay, so the first part of the HoSkar Night, we will have the chance to drink with our KOLs. So whatever you want to ask them, make sure you put into the chat box. We will pick up suitable questions or maybe even let you ask them directly. And after that, at the middle of the show, we will have the survey where we will ask some question about your opinion of the trends, behavior, and as the industry person, you should have a say in it. And don't forget at 6:30, we also have our cheers snapshot. So that photo will go viral on all of our media channels. So make sure you don't miss it and you raise the glass during the screenshot. For the second part, as you can see here, we have the live interaction. So that really casual between our KOLs, some of the guest speakers as well, and maybe even the HoSkarians. If you want to say anything, just let us know in the chat box. So at the end of the event, we have the mini game, which are the online quiz. Have very cool questions, but also some gift from our sponsor. So don't miss that. And what new into this time with that, we have something called HoSkar Bar, which is hosted in the Gather Town platform. But we're just testing it now. So just a limited amount of guests receive a link. So whoever got the link, make sure you join us at the end of the program. So that would be the agenda for today. Thank you, Mauro. I think, okay, just one more part. I would like to say thank you as well to our partner. Yes, so we cannot do this without our team effort, but also with our supporters, which are CIHMS. They already the second time with the HoSkar Night, and hopefully there are more to come. And also Saint-Gobain, they are our long-term partners as well. And last but not least is Savo Hotels with the constant support to put everything together. So maybe no more further introduction from my side. I will give you back the microphone, Mauro.
Thank you, Lina. Give me the microphone, but also the view. I want to see myself again on TV. Okay, thank you. Let's start with the first group of KOL, which is really the one that will be close to us because they based in Vietnam, mainly into operations. So we'll have Daniel, Michael, Nancy, and Atilla. I hope our IT will make them showing soon. I hope they're all there. And I would like to start with Daniel, if he's there. So let's see if we can see all of them. Daniel, how are you going? We discussed today ago and you seem extremely busy and it's very difficult to be busy in this period. So please tell us what's going on in the country to keep you busy.
Thank you, Mauro. I hope everyone can hear me or see me. So greetings from the InterContinental Saigon. So for the people that don't know me, obviously I'm Daniel, hotel manager at the hotel in the residence here in Ho Chi Minh City. I had a chat with Mauro just a couple of days ago to, a little bit discussing about tonight, and I'm delighted to be here with you in the group to talk a little bit about the current situation in Saigon. Obviously, the fourth wave, what we call fourth wave, has had a massive impact, additional impact to the business. When we're talking about hospitality and hotels, with the lockdowns now that came in, probably almost a month ago, where there is a strong and strict curfew as well from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., right? So as a hotelier, we obviously are not really allowed to receive guests in and out. The restaurants have been closed. We can just operate a breakfast operation with 10 seating people in the hotel and doing room service. However, in terms of business opportunity, what most of the hotels did here in terms of when we talk about the 5-star part is to receive and support what we call here the Directive 16th. So there are quite a number of factories that to support the Vietnamese economy have been given a green light to keep on operating in these very difficult times by creating kind of a green corridor between the properties and the factory. So as well as our hotel, we were able to secure one of these groups, same as our neighbors in District 1, where we could host a significant part and room number. So the worker could come in, sleep in a good place, and then move out 6 a.m., come back in the evening, and they're tested every day. So it's a quite secure piece of business over 2 or 3 weeks. So that has kept us actually very busy in a very non-busy time. So probably even though we are in this fourth wave, this has been the busiest time I've had in 2021, contradictory enough. Obviously,
that's why you are fully dressed?
Actually,
just for us?
No, that's for you, Mauro, obviously.
Yeah, okay,
that's obviously in your honor, right? But actually, I just run out of the office. And as I live on property, it's actually not very difficult to keep on having the suit, as you know me. But yeah, so the situation as it is, for sure, until 15th of August, we're expecting, obviously, this to be extended. 23rd is for sure the next date that we're believing. personal, and that's just my assumption and belief, that the government is waiting for the 2nd of September to do anything because of the public holiday to avoid any potential spread of people moving around. But that's based on no data. That's just me thinking out loud. Yeah, so that's where we at.
You guys are the only one busy, also other hotels in Ho Chi Minh City are busy?
No, look, there are a number of hotels as busy as us. You know, our structure is that we're having a residence building on the left, so that's busy anyhow, fortunately, throughout the pandemic, because it's long stay and you know, people living here. But then the hotel property and the hotel building, you know, I've seen my neighbors at Sofitel with Mario, they're as busy as us. There is other hotels having similar groups supporting the economy of Vietnam, absolutely.
Good, that's a good news, and I love to start with good news. Let's see if Michael will keep up on giving us good news all over the place. So Wink was one of the fastest growing chain of hotel. It is still now probably one of the fastest growing chain in Vietnam. Are you guys still on track? Are you guys still riding everything?
Yeah, actually, currently, obviously, we have one hotel open in Saigon that opened in late March with about 236 rooms. And we've got about 5 hotels under construction, looking forward to close to 2,000 keys in the next kind of 3 to 4 years, depending on kind of how the pandemic affects the various timelines. So we're still very bullish. We're still going long on the market. We still believe there's tremendous opportunity, and kind of coincidentally, a lot of the touch points that we designed for Wink well before there was ever any talk of a COVID virus are all kind of playing into our hand. Things like self-check-in, keyless entry, you know, a lot of touchless and cashless solutions that were already kind of part of the Wink DNA are now kind of becoming the norm, grab and go food concepts, etc. So we're quite lucky that we're kind of, you know, in terms of the overall concept is really, you know, it was a hotel for the future, and it really is kind of playing out for the future. In terms of our current business, similar to Daniel, I believe when there's crisis, there's always opportunity. And we were able to capitalize on that opportunity as well. You know, the best results, you know, coincidentally, the best results we've had since we've opened have been the last month, taking advantage of Directive 16. So, you know, the hotel has been full. It gave us a chance as a new hotel to see what happens when all the toilets flush at the same time and all the showers, everyone's showering at the same time, and a great opportunity for our team to kind of operate at full capacity with very strict guidelines. So again, I mean, it's a very strange time out there, but we always try to just find the opportunities in whatever situation we're in. And so far, yeah, we're looking pretty good. And you know, obviously, it's a very unfortunate situation, and we want this to end as quickly as possible. But we do look forward to things, you know, we look forward to fourth quarter where hopefully as vaccination rates pick up and as, you know, maybe into first quarter next year, the border opens up a little bit more, that we'll start to see more business. But, you know, overall, we're making the best of an unfortunate situation, and we still remain very keen about the future.
Are you guys still buy land? You still into the acquisition business? Are you looking at around?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we currently, as I mentioned, have about, you know, we've acquired 5 or 6 sites now. We're in the process of, we're under construction in Can Tho, starting construction in Hai Phong. We have 2 in Da Nang that are, you know, well out of the ground right now. And 2 deals in Hanoi that we're working on as well. So we're still looking for more. We want this to be like the Starbucks of hotels on every corner. We want to be able to serve you guys wherever you go throughout Vietnam. And, you know, we feel very good about the position we're at and how quickly we've been able to move here.
Good. Let's see if Nancy is as positive as you guys are into the Melia expansion and plan. Nancy, share something with us. What's going on into the Melia group, and hopefully good news, or just give us something.
Well, good news is, like Michael say, there is a lot of opportunity. As you know, we have 6 hotels in Vietnam. We will sign about 4 deals before end of this year. So things are moving pretty exciting, right? We are opening about 5 hotels between next year and 2023. So the situation we have here in Vietnam with the Directive 16 in Ho Chi Minh City as well as in Hanoi, we are closing hotels on a temporary basis. We do have owners taking this opportunity to improve. For example, Melia Hanoi will be going for renovation, F&B renovation, despite of the pandemic. So we all believe now is a downtime, but business will come back. Maybe second quarter 2022 or earlier, but definitely business will be on the table. So for Melia, we're very exciting. We have moved, in fact, we just established an office in Ho Chi Minh City last year, and we will expand our office first quarter next year. So we believe in Vietnam, a great opportunity, and definitely we will be here for a long, long time.
Do you think some hotels should close down, or do you think the owner want to close down hotel? Or they just wait? What's your take regionally, yeah, not just in Vietnam?
Well, there's a set of different behavior. What we see in Vietnam, the owner tends to close hotel very quickly. In Indonesia, our owners do not want to close the hotel, despite of having zero occupancy. They prefer to work with a partial opening concept with minimum employees. So in Indonesia, none of the hotels are closed since April last year, whereby in Vietnam, you see our owners closing the hotel pretty quick. It's like they make a decision within a week. Now in China, our hotels are doing very well. In fact, they exceeded expectation. The room rate went up by more than 50% in some of the property. So on one side, we're doing very good numbers in China. Likewise, in Indonesia, the numbers are not very exciting. However, in the secondary city like Makassar, Yogyakarta, they're doing very good. Bali, we suffered because there's no international arrival. But on the other side, domestic business is in fact doing incredible numbers.
I can't wait to go back to your Melia Ho Cham property. As soon as they open the border, I'll be the first one lining up.
Well, I think Manuel is the luckiest. He's in the hotel. We could not go because of the 16. We do have occupancy in Melia Ho Cham, single digit, and we believe the hotel's business will pick up very quickly. I think the trend we have seen is people are very eager to travel. The moment the government say you may go, I think all of us will be the first to go to the restaurants.
I'll be just stepping out to get a dinner out of my home. That's
all right.
That's already something now.
I think we are all in Ho Chi Minh City.
I don't even remember how to go through the airport now, but just at least the dinner would be good.
Yes,
okay, I'd like to pass it to Atilla, but before that, I'd like to just say, he quotes something on LinkedIn, Atilla, and he say, "I swear I will tell the truth." I'm reading, yeah, the LinkedIn post that he said, "I swear I will tell the truth." So Atilla, please tell us the truth, how it is, the market now.
Well, actually, everybody knows the situation on the market is quite difficult. We need to be flexible. It's terrible to close hotels, and then at the end of the day, you need to say to the staff that they need to stay home. They might not have their salary paid. This is horrible, and I believe everybody went through that. Actually, Nancy just mentioned about this before. Some of the hotels in D1, actually in the center of Ho Chi Minh, had the chance of getting some leads from the factories, which is great. I'm very, very happy for them. We've decided to close the Mia Saigon because it's not the market that we could catch, because we are a small property in the location as well, maybe might not be beneficial for them. Having said that, we've decided to reopen next week on Monday, and I think it's very important to also make a noise to the market that we should avoid closure and maybe stay with the minimum team, and all the efforts done for Mia Saigon, for Mia and Chang as well, that we had to close through the lockdown. I say I will tell you the truth. I knew you would ask this question to me. I knew 100%. Because, you know, there's no need to just say BS. Yeah, great, we are fantastic. Yeah. And I know at the end of the day, you have 3/4 of your staff staying home unpaid, and you need to find a solution. You need to tell them why. how we're going to protect their employment in the future. I got a couple of calls today from all the GMs telling me they were sad, not crying, but almost crying, saying, I need to close my property. It's horrible time. But I believe that all together, common effort, we need to understand the needs, how we're going to go through this, pandemic in certain extent, because we know it's going to last. But I think it's all together. And if we tell the truth, we say exactly what's happening, I think we will get stronger together. And that's it. Then, of course, this comment was because I referred to certain leaders getting on the call and saying things that has no sense. When I have, as I say to you, I have 75% of my staff on property that are unpaid or minimum salary. We're looking for the government relief. If they are fully unpaid, what's going to happen? When will they receive? Are they vaccinated? Luckily, we could vaccinate 85% of our employees. But all these things, I think it's important to share, to say exactly the current status. I don't believe in Q4. I think that we need to sort of like look for long term. I try to protect the cash flow of our owners and at the same time employment of our staff and their health for sure, because reopening an hotel, and I take the point from Danielle, I think it's very good. Everybody needs to be tested, guests needs to be tested. Then it's going to be a habit because, as you said, you don't know how to reach the airport. Maybe me too, but I know how to have a PCR test now. I can tell you, my nose has been damaged a couple of times, and all of us, we will through that. But the guest now needs to come with a PCR test. If they stay longer, they will have a quick test. If they leave, then all these things are clear. We all know. But business-wise, we are single digit. And when we close, we were single digit. Then I feel that now moving forward, yes, you can expand as much as you can, but I believe that to protect the existing assets, for me, are my prime focus for the next coming month, which I think it's priority for our owners.
Excellent, thank you. Maybe Attila, just give us, you were the CEO of Fusion before. Now you're managing the Mia, both Mia. Just a brief one into the other business, your school, the business you are opening with, which include the training and can you give us a little brief about that business?
Okay, thanks for asking. Yes, the Mia is part of our portfolio, but it's not yet, and it's soon to be part of the school hospitality program. In fact, a couple of years ago, I had the chance to open a property in Europe only run by students through a very, very strong program. And it became very successful, one of the highest rated hotels in Amsterdam in terms of quality service, because once you put these youngsters in front with a minimum of, I would say, training programs, it was really amazing, the feedback we got back then. When I came to Asia, I've mentioned many times to our owners or for instance, where I was working, I was telling to our CEOs, we should do that program because it's so important, not just an internship program, but have hotels run only with students. And of course, many people say, it's not going to work, forget it, because Asia is the ratio per key is 4, it's not going to work out. Actually, our first school property is under construction in Hanoi. It's a 62 keys, 4.5 star. We have another project as well in the south with more than 200 keys. It's 85% run with students, and we're still guaranteeing 4 and 4.5 star service. And the program is quite interesting. I have a full team working on that. We hopefully cross fingers, in November, we will have a school program in Mia Nha Trang. We only hire local people from the province for them to work, to learn. It's not a charity business at all. It's really a hotel that owners will make a profit. The manning will reduce. As you know, Mauro, today in our current industry, the two highest expense is manning and utilities. If you work on the manning without jeopardizing the service and you work on your utilities through technology, then you lower your cost. And I think it was a perfect time to launch the school program. It was really a pure coincidence. I wish we had no COVID, but it helped a lot my expansion because a lot of owners are coming to me and say, okay, then moving forward, I think your program is helping the local community, but as well is lower the cost, and we can have a return on investment, not fast as it used to be, but at least it makes sense to their investment.
Yes, and I think this is also what Michael was mentioning before about technology and the technology you guys are using. Does it help your cost, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we run the entire 236 room hotel with around 40 people, and 20 of them are housekeeping staff, so it's much less reliant on people and more reliant on technology. So it's grab and go, it's cross training, so all the staff know how to make coffee, make a drink, make a bed, make a bowl of pho, check someone in. So we really emphasize that like everyone can do everything. We don't have departments at Wink. Everyone's a guide, and they can all do pretty much everything. So we really try to, keep the head count down, and then you don't have, managers, big, expensive managers over them. You don't have them having big interdepartmental meetings, because everyone's pretty much in the same position, which is run the hotel and keep the guests happy. And a lot of this, it's a lot of the guests have to come down and get your beer from the fridge, come down and get your, go out to the vending machine. So it's a little bit less service, and people, the response we've gotten so far has been very strong, that people feel a little bit more empowered in the experience, and they're in the driver's seat in their experience at Wink, and kind of, so far, I mean, it's working out quite well. And we look forward to seeing how it all translates in the secondary kind of cities and provinces as we keep rolling out the brand. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yes, it's good. I mean, multitask. I mean, I would like to ask Daniel and Nancy opinion. Unfortunately, into law, because Daniel, we know that you've been multitasking yourself and all your people that you are now keeping, because in period like this, it's absolutely a must, guess. So give me really 20 seconds of your multitask strategy, and then we need to move on.
Sure. Look, it's very much what Michael also said. We're trying to cross-train and cross-utilize manpower as much as we can, especially with two units being full. F&B needs to be sometimes as a bellboy. Bellboy would support the room service and so on. Now, having said that, for our structure here, it's a bit more difficult because the long-stay tenants do have some kind of expectation. So I think I totally agree what Michael also said. It also depends a little bit where your business unit is positioned in terms of being luxury lifestyle or being more essential, like a Holiday Inn could be. And we would do exactly the same. But for us, it's cross-training and utilizing what we have and maximizing things. Absolutely.
Thank you. Nancy, I would love to end your opinion, but I really need to move to, I got a 5 message from my team, say, Mauro, we're running late, move to the next group, but please stay online. Later on, you have more chance to share.
Okay, all right, I'll do.
I would like to move it now. Linan, if we have any question, but I don't think we have a time for one, I would like to move to the second group, which is a bit more regional than what we had now. So if we have connected with Gam, Anchalika, with Fenedy and Tracy, I would like maybe our IT team here to put that into the spot. Okay, perfect. So Anchalika, connecting from Thailand, connecting from the beach. What I like to know from you, if you can share us, is this sandbox, is this Phuket a trial working? Because the whole hospitality in Asia is looking at this trial of a period. Is it working? You also have some property in Phuket. I don't know if you are part of this program open, but is this working? Do you see business coming? Do you see the future of hospitality try to do what Thailand has been doing?
Yeah, so Phuket vaccinated the whole population up to 70% with 2 jabs before opening. And I think it's a great initiative because we got to start somewhere. And especially they did it about a month ago, and it'll take time. You're not going to have a lot of visitors right now, but you have to start somewhere and get people used to the idea and have a trial run almost and get the engine going again. So far in July, the whole month of July, they have about 15,000 visitors coming in, but a lot of money flushing through the system. So that's good. With 15,000 people, it's not going to go to everybody. As you know, there's a lot of hotel rooms in Phuket, and 15,000 people just doesn't really fill anybody. But at the right price point and the right product, it does work. And in my comp set, it does work. Unfortunately, my hotel is in Phang Nga, so we're not exactly in Phuket. We're 15 kilometers north of Phuket, outside of the bridge. So we're not included. We tried.
So you're not allowed to open?
No, well, we're open because we do alternative quarantine stay, and we've been open all along. And we actually have been doing quite well with that. But we're not allowed to join the sandbox. So the difference between the quarantine stay and the sandbox is the quarantine stay is 14 days, full quarantine. But luckily with our product, we're right on the beach. So it's a more relaxing quarantine than if you were to be stuck in a box of a hotel. The sandbox is different in a sense that after a couple of days of quarantine, then you are allowed to come out. And of course, to qualify to come into the sandbox, you have to have proof of 2 vaccinations. So the 2 shots would have had to be completed before you come, and you'd have 3 or 4 swipes during the stay. After the 7 days, then you can actually go out of the hotel and visit sites. So it is a lot more relaxing. You get to see you get to visit different beaches in Phuket. So the next stage, which we're working on right now in Phang Nga, which is the next province where I am now. So if you're probably familiar with Phang Nga, with Kalag, and these are the destinations, we're planning to open on the 15th of September. And that would be 7+7. So you'd come into Phuket because that's the only international flight airport. So fly into Phuket, stay 7 days there, and then once you are clean with 7 days, you can come out and into another province. And actually, this will connect you also into Krabi. So little by little, we're opening up the provinces, and
you're closing down Phuket. You're closing down Bangkok. We're
closing down Bangkok, and you know what? From Bangkok, you're not allowed to go to Phuket. So domestic people are not allowed to go into Phuket because we do have a lot of cases. Well, it's a surge. Is compared to the rest of the world, it's not huge, but everybody's losing their pots right now. So we're in lockdown again. I think people need to learn to live with it. We need to get vaccinated. We need to get more vaccines into the country, and we need to open soon.
And looking into the future, you have a lot of wellness property. Some of your property are wellness oriented. Do you think this will be the future of hospitality? Do you think wellness will be more and more sought for hospitality?
I think wellness is one phase of hospitality. So I don't think that everybody will go into wellness, and wellness has been around for a long time, but I think a lot of people are thinking of it more now because we've just gone through a fiasco of a health issue right now. So wellness is a phase, and it's one of the aspects that you could add on to the experience. And the reason why we go into that is first of all, it's my personal interest. And I think that it is one thing that people will be a lot more interested in once the lockdown is finished. We're never going to leave COVID behind. We need to learn how to live with it. And for me, to learn to live with it is to build your own immune system so that you can, even if you catch it, it'll be fine. And that's the only way to live with this. You're going to have to learn to live with flu. You're going to have to learn to live to get sick once in a while. You take zinc, and get vaccinated and learn. And when you do get it, you're not going to have to be hospitalized because your body is strong. And to me, that's the wellness, how to build your body and build your immune system so that you have a better chance. You have a better fighting chance.
Thank you, Anchalika. Please stay there, or please go if you need to go. We know that today you're busy, or stay a bit longer with us. I feel very lucky. I hope, Linan, you are taking a lot of screenshots because I'm in the middle of all this group of ladies around me. Very privileged today. I'd like to pass it to Gam. Gam, before asking you how you're doing in your lockdown in Bangkok and everything, can you give us 20 seconds about your business so that also the people here understand your blog and your business.
Oh, we're just a media company called hotelintel.co. Yeah, just easy stuff. It's just media. We take money from suppliers who want to sell stuff to hotels, and we do editorial, which you can imagine is pretty sad at the moment.
And you're looking for members, yeah? You're looking for people to subscribe.
Yes, and now we also have a membership portal with which is going well at the beginning of the year, and then yeah.
Good. So you are part of the news. You are the one that keeps the markets informed. Thank you. So if you are informed, tell us something. What do you like to share with us? What do you think it's coming for the hospitality? What is the trends or anything that you like to share it with us?
Trends? I don't know about trends. I wish I could tell you more about trends, but I think one thing that I want to talk about is, Generation Alpha, which is something that my daughter will be Generation Alpha, and I've been looking for, since I have a baby, I'm a changed person.
And how old is your daughter? I know it, but the rest of the people don't.
1.5 years old. Okay. So I never actually care about kids club ever in my life. Every time when hotels tell me about how amazing the kids club are, I kind of roll my eyes a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I could give it.
You ask for the bar, not for the club. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I don't. But it's really important. And one thing that I found, because I did a research recently, a few months ago, hotels told me that kids club make money because parents leave their kids at the club and they all go to a spa or go to a bar. So when I had a baby, and we've been to a few hotels, this year, I don't leave my kids at the club. I've never, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So so this statement where hoteliers, especially big brands, told me that they make money from kids club because parents go to a spa. So I did a little bit of research and interviewed 23 to 25 parents and asked them if this is true. So they said, no, they don't. First of all, Asian parents don't feel comfortable leaving kids at the clubs without their supervision or the nanny. And second, even though they leave the kids at the clubs, they wouldn't go to a spa. They either go take a nap in their room, have sex with a husband, or go to a bar. That's pretty much what it is.
Okay, there was a confidence saying that. Okay, but it's good. Detail is good. Okay, thank you, Gam. Later on, I think we have a question for you. We just received something for you.
Yeah, just received a very good one. So I'll save it to after this.
Yes, please. I like to move it quickly to Fenady here, which is the reason why half of the people are connected today, to have STR very quick update. So tell us what's going on in Asia Pacific hotel market. Give us the quickest update have you ever given.
Right. Thank you, Mario. Well, yes, STR equates to data. So allow me to share some bits of information. I mean, as we move towards, as we look forward and see, what's going to be the performance for Q3, Q4, or even next year. But generally, if we look at the first half of the year, majority of the Southeast Asian markets are really in trouble when it comes to occupancy. Mainly, occupancy levels is just about 20% or below. Now, looking at the performance of Phuket, for example, for the Sandbox, and what Anchalika has mentioned, welcoming about 1,500 guests, in the island, and it's going to be a progressive growth, or how many people are going to travel to Phuket. We have seen that the rates are really high. I mean, at some different class of hotels, and also occupancy. We've seen some occupancy uptake. So it's not really that great, because when we look at the earlier parts for Phuket, for example, they're like 10% or 12%, but really it's now bridging towards 20% and above. So there's some hope, and I know that many other destinations are also looking at how this kind of scheme is going to help, but it's still a race about which destination is going to open its borders. I mean, there has been some, great wins for the second quarter, for example, great wins for like Philippines. They already kind of opened the borders, like for regional travel, occupancy around 50%. But then there's the variant that's also like pushing back everything. So July was really pretty bad for everyone. But I really want to be a little more positive. So I looked at two different markets. One is Bangkok and also Singapore in terms of occupancy on the books. For Bangkok, well, there has been some, setbacks because of the rising cases. So we don't really see a lot of occupancy on the books towards quarter 3 and quarter 4. It still remains very, very minute, about 10% and below. But for Singapore, surprisingly, if we look at August, there's already a good base of about 40% in occupancy. And then by September, it already kind of moved toward 30% occupancy also on the books. Although there's a big drop in October, about 10%, but that also means that there's a shorter period of bookings. If I would refer to Ning earlier, I mean, I think people are just waiting for, to travel. So it's still a matter of confidence, opening up the border, that inoculation rate. I'm not sure about Vietnam because I've been looking at the vaccination drives, in Southeast Asian, country. Malaysia is kind of winning. If we take out Singapore, obviously, because Singapore is such a small country. So Malaysia is about 17-18% about 2 weeks ago. Indonesia about 7%, Philippines 6%, Thailand 6%. Vietnam, is it really? I mean, this is for maybe for Vietnam, it's about 44.44%.
I don't have that figure in my mind. I'm supposed to ask question, not to get question. There's but later on, I will see if anybody in this call actually can get you the right data. I was not.
It's just really, I'm just about curious how the inoculation.
Anyway, I think we are one of the lowest. That's what I know. But I also know that it's been speeding up a lot, especially in Ho Chi Minh City. I got my one in a week. My whole team has been vaccinated actually last week. So we are speeding up a lot, but yes, one of the lowest. So we got first dose about 9.2% from mean week, just put it on thing. So again, we're working on that, hopefully speeding up. I would like to pass it to Tracy, maybe just really on the revenue management. What will change into the revenue management world after all? What is changing? Do you see any big changing already happening?
Of course. Thanks, Meryl. Before I talk about revenue management, I want to talk a little bit about Singapore, because probably I think I'm the only speaker from Singapore this evening. And just to give Fen the number, so Fen, I think the fully vaccinated rate for Vietnam right now is 5.2%. So, but it's progressing fast. I mean, Singapore is the same. We've been to lockdown several times, like different phases, I think 3 times already. But the vaccination ratio is really progressing very fast. We are looking at 72% at the moment. And then the government is pushing for 80% by early September. I think that definitely gives some hope to, for different countries in the region, because we all have different timelines. So the country is looking at opening borders step by step with certain restrictions. I do see questions in the chat box asking, with the countries with for the countries with high vaccination rate, what do you see it will happen? Do you think that it will help the hospitality, and will there be restrictions? So I think, as the earlier speaker said, that we'll have to live with it, right? So there's definitely restrictions in place. There's protocols, but as a hoteler for hospitality, we'll definitely see there's hope at the end of the tunnel, that we will follow different timeline, no matter it's Q4 this year or maybe like Q1 or Q2 2022. So I see as a region by first half next year, if we're looking at the vaccination ratio rate as a current pace, then most of the country will reach to maybe 70% by then. So there's definitely hope, right? So that's what I want to share about Singapore, but very quickly from revenue management, because Ideas is a revenue management technology company. And then we've seen trends here in this region, Asia Pacific. There's mainly 2 trends. One is about consolidation of commercial roles. I think the first group mentioned it. Hotelers wearing different hats right now, that we all have to multitasking. So obviously, the hotelers with strategic views, as well as agile mindset will stand out, and you will need the technology to help you to stand out as well. I think hotelers, no matter general managers, hotel managers, commercial leaders, at this point, you will need to have the forward-looking data. For example, STR provides forward start, right? Some other tools and technology will help you to see the full picture, what's going on, which country are opening up, who's coming up to my country, my city. That definitely help to shape this commercial strategy moving forward. So the second trend we've been seeing in this region is really profitability. So in the past, we have been all focused on revenue. So we've been talking about profitability for years, but the pandemic really speed that up. So right now, every dollar counts. So really for us, it's looking at all the cost structures that from each of the channel, from each of your business segment, where you can have a clear picture of what is your revenue, what is your cost structure, so that you can have technology set up to help you to optimize your profit, not only the top line, but the bottom line. So those are the two trends I believe which is emerging during the pandemic, but will definitely continue even post to the pandemic. Yeah, thank you, Mauro.
Thank you, Tracy. Again, yeah, very interesting. We could talk for an hour about that, but I think we need to move on. But Lina, I think you have some question. You've been texting me. I think for this group we have several questions. Please make it short.
I think for this group we have a very good question for Wimintra. If you would like to take this, this question actually was asked by Mr. Ming Nguyen. So I would like to ask him to maybe ask you directly. Okay, Mr. Ming Nguyen, if you can hear me, please open the audio and talk to our KOL.
Is that the same question that you sent me? I can just read it and.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, yeah, it would be in terms of millennials, and what do you think about the millennial group of travelers? Would it be the first group to recover, or would it be later in line?
I think I definitely think like I cannot speak for all the millennials in the world. Like I am also a millennial, I'm a Gen Y, but again, I'm toward the end of the spectrum. So the people who are 35 to 40, even though we're still millennials, but I think if we will be the first group of people who want to travel, and honestly in Thailand now we already travel. I know it's kind of breaking the rules that we're not supposed to be traveling, but a lot of my friends, especially the ones that have kids, like if you have kids, you will know that being with kids 24 hours is crazy. And
I do have one, yes.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my God, get me out of this. So we do travel. A lot of my friends, what we see now, even going to the south, we will drive 10 hours, 12 hours, 30 hours to the south, or even Khao Yai now, which is a popular destination for a little, what do you call it, upper class, mid to upper class Thais to go. So a lot of people that I know already reside there. I think another thing to be considered about millennial is that a lot of us, we've been traveling our whole life, so we are not afraid of traveling. Although Gen X, they also want to travel, but then you need to take the age into consideration, because that's a risk. If they travel and they caught virus or whatever, they have a potential to get sick more than us. And another thing that I think we haven't talked too much about is the Gen Z. These people just got out of school and have no chance to travel at all. They got out of school, get to work, have a little bit of money, and then COVID happened, and they have no idea what traveling is all about. I think if we are allowed to go out again, and if you're hotel owners or if you're operating hotels, I think Gen Z would be your captive audience. They will be curious about the destination. They will want to know what to do, where to go, and they still have money because they just get out of school, they have money, they work from home, while us, we have kids, we have to spend money on the house, on the cars, on the bag, on the nails, on the hair, and things like that. So I think I'll put my bet on the Gen Z as well.
So, sure. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking the question and for answering. Lina, do we have anything more that just really 1 minute before I move on?
No, I think it's I think for the group 2, we have enough. But I noticed we have one of our very close friend, Eve, that she's also connected from Thailand, I believe. Do you want to say hi to her?
Eve, you are connected. Your microphone is off. Yes.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Eve.
Hi. I haven't been out of the house in June. Like the longest I go is I walk my dog downstairs. That's all. So pretty much like so bored at home.
At least you don't live with kids screaming at you the whole day, as Gamwell was mentioned.
Well, my dog like wake me up at 6 a.m. every morning. So
You must be so happy that you're home every day.
yeah.
Okay, so I hope you will follow the show, and one day hopefully we can take the HoSkar physically to you, to Thailand.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So I think we're good for the second group, Maro.
Thank you, thank you. We move to the last group before we start a bit of a survey, and we all move to the HoSkar bar. I think it's so the last group is a bit more general into not specific operation, but general hotel approach. We have a construction side, we have a technology side, and I saw we received a lot of questions from Huang, from some of the audience. Maybe Linan, do you want to ask the question directly to Huang?
Yes, so actually within the registration, we already asked our attendee to sign up with maybe their interest that they want to ask the KOL. So we actually received a very good one for you. I saw he was connected before to the event. Not sure if he's still here, but I will read it to you on his behalf. So the question is from Chris Saw, the managing director of IT Map Asia, and he wants to know where do you foresee the hospitality market is heading in terms of contactless technology?
Hi, I think contactless is here to stay. Last month, the Singapore government called COVID-19 an endemic instead of the pandemic, which means that this disease is going to be here for a long time. It can be a regular flu. I think hopefully down the road we're gonna get just a vaccine together with all the flu vaccine every year, but it's going to be here, right? So the safety measure may remain in place for a very long time, which means that mask and contactless is going to be here for a long time. So things like online check-in, things like QR menu for F&B, which we just released for Wimintra, that will allow people to somehow, reduce the contact with the staff. But there's one thing that I like to remind, because most of you right here are, we're not just hospitality, but many of you are working on a 4- or 5-star hotel. And so the hard part is having contactless technology as much as possible, but also keeping the human and personal touch. You don't want a hotel with 2 HK and then 1 GM, but then the guests come in and, until you serve all the needs, but they don't see anyone, because that would defeat the purpose of the word hospitality, right? So, yeah.
So thank you, Eng Hoa, for the answer. I hope that our attendees are happy with the answer. If you still need to have some further information, Mr. Huang will be happy to maybe chat further within the chat box. And later on, if we receive any information for you, we will pass it to you. Thank you.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you. Olivier, are you there?
I am.
Okay, so Olivier, Anam Group, you connected. I guess you are in France now, yeah? You left us just before the whole pandemic happened. Not the whole pandemic, the whole lockdown happened here in Ho Chi Minh City. So tell us a bit more about the F&B and the distribution, and share with us, what do you think is happening? You guys are distributing to a lot of hotels. Is that something is changing in the market? You look at long term, what's the strategy?
Today, we are all part of the same change. All the people we have here are also customer first, Daniel and also work with Atilla, etc. So the point is, he has a main supplier of food and beverage products. We are here between you as a hotels in front of the consumers, between you and between also the brands. So we are all part of the same.
We are losing you a bit.
Yeah, I think we have some internet problem with Olivier.
Yes, it's very far from us.
That's why this goes. Okay, do you hear me?
Yes, now it's okay.
Okay, so I was just mentioning that we are here all part of a chain, and you as a hotel venue operator, you will need to change your way of working, and we are here to support you in also that change. And that's why I also wanted to start the discussion, perhaps not now, but in the future, on how we can support you in that change. This is the first point. And the second point is also that we are connected with all those brands we are supplying all over Indochina. And we are kind of being your voice to those brands in order to adapt a bit our way of working. We are working with Nestle, with Danone, with Procter & Gamble, with all those big companies. And for sure, you are on the forefront of the business, and we are in between. We are here also to support you and to bring those changes to our partners. And this is very important, because we are all have to change our way of working to adapt that new trend and that new way to operate hospitality.
So do you think a lot of things are changing again, and you guys are adapting to the new reality?
Yeah, the main things which are changing is that we will work more and more with local suppliers. We are sourcing more and more local suppliers in order to also have an offer which makes sense to the consumers, which are mainly going in those venues into the hotels. Working also in the, for example, for the packaging, also on digital tools in order to make that offer more adapted to the new way the hospitality will be in the future. But my main message here is that we need to work hand in hand in order to adapt to that new way of working.
Thank you, Olivier. I'll move to our last KOL, Tuan. Tuan, you had a bit of a problem connecting at the beginning. Now you are with us. I hope the microphone is okay.
Sorry, Mauro, because Olivier just let me know that he has to leave in a few minutes. But actually, we have a very quick question for him. So can I just pass it quickly to him? Okay, that would be from Andrew. Can you hear? If you can hear me, please open your audio. Thank you.
Hey, how you guys going? Olivia, I just want to know what is the F&B industry doing to help local farms here?
So it's exactly linked to what I just said. I think we are in the way to be more inclusive in the way we work with local farmers, with local producers. And this is exactly the way we are changing our way of working. Initially, we were here so to provide to the people going into the hospitality the product they were used to get in Europe, in the US, etc. But now we have super good suppliers locally, being in food, being in beverage, and this is exactly the trend we will have to go towards. And even us on Anam Group, we have now our own factory. We're producing our own bread, we're producing our own sausages, our own pâté, etc. And this has to be the trend of the future, because less and less the people will need to get product from 10,000 kilometers away when we have the ability to produce locally. So this is clearly the trend Anam, for example, is taking, but even competitor of us, and this has to make sense. But that's why I say we need to work hand in hand also with the venue owners in order to adapt the real need from their consumers, and that we can provide something which is relevant to the new consumer needs.
Thank you, Oliver, and thank you, Andrew, for asking the question. Tuan, you're back here, so I'd like just to pass you the last question of the day, the last part of the day, before actually we move to the survey. Construction activity. What's going on in the construction activity in this moment through the country?
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tuan. You can call me Timmy. Yeah. Actually, I think I need very enough data and a wide perspective to answer this question correctly. However, I can make very few personal comments about the construction activities during this COVID period in Vietnam from the perspective of a material supplier. learning from, you can see that learning from a lot of difficulties in the year 2020 from the impact of COVID-19 in this year 2021 is forecasted to be the years of recovery, rebounding, and acceleration of construction project market. From my observation, there are three main points that I want to share with you. Firstly, in the first 6 months of this year, you can see that most of the apartment and hospitality projects were still under construction, and now due to the social distancing situation, projects in some extreme regions have to stop temporarily. But I strongly believe that this bad situation could be soon under control. The second point I want to share is that I noticed that there are many large hotel projects that were suspended or delayed or postponed for many years ago, but in this year it's about to be restarted. I think that is a very good signal for the construction project market in Vietnam, especially during this periods of global crisis. And the last point, finally, the appearance of many big, I can say mega projects in the hospitality and apartment sectors with super high investment. Some projects, the investment can be up to 10,000 billion Vietnam dong, and together with very high selling price. Those projects can be counted, can be mentioned, such as Lotte Complex in Hanoi, Vega City in Nha Trang, and in Ho Chi Minh City, we witnessed a series of high-end projects from the developer Mastery Homes, and so on. Many other projects. Those projects have the participant of the international hotel chain, such as Ritz-Carlton, InterContinental, Lotte, etc., and also very famous architects and main contractor from other countries like HBA Singapore, DPA, or Hyundai, Lotte from Korea, and also with the participant of very famous main contractor from Vietnam. That are three main points that I can share to you from my observation of the construction market in Vietnam during the.
Thank you. And do you see the construction method changing after the COVID?
Yeah. Thank you, Mauro, for always asking me such a very macro question like this. But it can be observed that. The construction method and material used in construction projects have been changed a lot during the past in recent years. One of the change that I want to share with you, only one change that I want to share with you, had very big impact to our business. Is the widespread adoption of drywall solution in the hotel segment. You know that the demand for drywall in replacing the traditional AAC or brick wall in hotel segment is very popular in this time, such as some big project. At the moment we are constructing a Lotte Center Ritz-Carlton hotel project, Mikazuki in Da Nang. You can see that the situation, this solution also saw a lot of problem from the developer, like better sound insulation, better fire protection, competitive cost, shorten the construction time. But the most important, this solution contribute to the sustainable development. Very important in this situation. You can see this solution also save energy and solve the problem of the shortage of sand. In reality, we are facing to the shortage of sand in construction, and drywall can solve that problem. Very good point for sustainability at the moment. Of course, we know that there are still a lot of concerns and challenges about the quality control, about the cost. But over the past year, Saint-Gobain has made a very great effort to address all the concern of the client, and we solve on this concern with real projects we are doing, we are very confident to prove that this solution is really competitive to the traditional world in reality. And we have all the evidence to prove that. Okay, thank you very much
Thank you. Stay there. Are you in lockdown as well? Are you in Ho Chi Minh City? Huang, are you?
Yes, of course. The situation in Ho Chi Minh City now is very bad, and all of us is locking down.
Yeah, I got a background at home and things. It's tough. I know, it's tough. Even having a few drink and having a few laugh, it's not same as before, but we actually need it.
May I ask, do you still have your drink with you tomorrow?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Lina, do we have any question for the last KRL, or we can move to the next?
I think the KRL will be fine for now. We received lots of questions in the chat box, but we'll collect it at the second part. So now I think for everybody to have the drink.
Sorry, Lina, especially the technology part, which we usually receive a lot of questions into the technology for Huang and obvious construction. We'll send it later stage and answer everybody asking. Okay, thank you. Now, Lina, I'll pass it over to you for the survey or for the rest of the show. I will keep drinking and it's over to you. It's your show.
Okay, so I just take this time because I see still lots of people having the drink. I would like for us to take our cheers snapshot. So if you are all ready, I can see we still have full of people here. It's a very good sign, but I hope you haven't drank up all of your drink. So if you can open the videos now, we will do our famous snapshot and this would go everywhere on our channels. So please, I will give everyone like 10 seconds to freshen up and then we are good to go. So I just got my vaccine 2 days ago, actually. So I will drink this. Okay, so the IT team will help us to take the screenshot. All we have to do is smile. I will count to 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, cheers. Okay. I hope that we will have enough time to take a screenshot of everybody. Looks really good. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Lina, I was not ready. Let's try again. Same as me, nobody was ready. One more.
I think we will do pretty good, actually. You want to do again?
Yes, please. I want to see even because Yves is leading the way for us to do it. So we're all looking at her.
Okay, we try one more time and we choose the best. Okay, I will just recount it. 1, 2, 3, cheers. Let's say HoSkar. So, okay, we will have this as a video and as a photo as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's a drink that it's badly needed. Okay, Lina, thank you, and keep going, please.
Okay, so now we just move quickly to the survey.
Please. I really like to see what people opinion is.
Yeah, we've been prepared a few questions, so we'd love to get your opinion on this. So please, can you help me to show the survey?
Sorry, now, how does people work in this survey? Can you explain us a bit?
Yeah, so this survey we review mostly on the hospitality and real estate field, but mostly would be about hospitality. So you will see on the screen all of our questions and you just use the mouse to choose your answer. And when we end the poll, we will show all the results on the screen and later on your opinion will be used as well in our maybe press release or any post we have after this. So please help us to share your opinion. Okay, so we can see the number of answers here. So please read the question. Maybe the first one, which destination will be the first one to recover in 2022, next year? This question, maybe I want to ask Nhung, if you're still here. Are you still here, Nhung?
I'm still here.
Okay, so which destination you think would be the first one to?
So in the meantime, maybe if for me, I think this could be some drive-by destination. Would it be Hồ Tràm, Vũng Tàu, or like Phan Thiết, for example? But I really miss Phú Quốc and Cam Ranh, Moro. How about you? What do you think?
Which one would be? Which one I miss, or which one? I think I'll miss everything, whatever get me out of my apartment. So I see a hot charm that is coming out, as you mentioned it. How is possible? It doesn't work.
It should be something from the technical. So maybe we move to the next one. Let's scroll down now.
Okay, so we
Okay
just
now?
need the no, because as a co-host we can just see the question, and all the other attendees will got to vote. So maybe we'll take the opinion from the co-host here, from all the KOLs and all of our team. We'll share the opinion here.
Wow. Okay, it's working.
Okay. So the second question would be the destination would be the last one. What do you think, Huang?
I don't know. I mean, they should be able to. I don't see anyone that should come last, because they all deserve to come first, right? It's been a very tough years for all of us. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't have a destination.
I see. Is this very personal opinion? Maybe this would be based on the location or any specificity that.
To me, Nha Trang would probably be the one that will have a bit more of problem into the recovery, not just because of the Russian high reliance on international, but also because of the large supply that is going to happen there. So probably out of all the destination, Cam Ranh and Nha Trang, I would say that will be the one that will struggle a bit longer.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it will really depends on the personal opinion. And I hope if Nancy is still here, she would have the answer as well. Looking at the third question, I would like to ask her for this category of city hotel that would be easier to recover. What do you think, Nancy?
City hotel, I think it will be in Ho Chi Minh City.
Yes, we're looking at the city hotels in general, actually. So we are looking at the category of city
I will
hotel.
be in a 4-star.
Okay, for the 4-star. Why would you think like that?
Because the millennium, the group that were likely to travel first was the millennium group, and they tend to go on the 4-star.
Okay.
It's actually a solid answer. So you don't look surprised, but it's actually good.
Yeah, I think she got a really good reason to do so. Okay, so moving to we do have few questions below here. If all the attendees still following the survey, you can see we also have some good question below. And also we have one about human resources over here. Have you thought about leaving the hospitality industry? So this one look pretty sad.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, but it's practical. Is there some issue that we might all thinking about at this time, I guess? So yeah.
You can ask Mauro.
You need to live in the hospitality.
Yeah? Or you only here for the drink?
I'm only here for the. No, I'm not leaving the hospitality. Actually, I think right now the people that stay will open up to much more opportunities. So it's now the moment that if you stay and if you know where to look and what to do, that's one in a lifetime opportunity that you can create. And I think all this HoSkar Night structure and everything we are doing is into looking at wherever the market is going and grab those opportunities.
Yeah, so I think for this part, Attila may have a good answer as well, because I know that he's running the school academy, so providing the human resources would be one of his expertise as well.
You asking him if he wants to change job? Sorry, Nan, it's not clear to me.
No, because if people are changing their mind, maybe.
Let's move to the next one. Mice business. So if Daniel, are you there? If Daniel is there, when do you think Mice business will be back?
Oh, my business is can you hear me, right?
Yes,
1 year away minimum. The local one probably, hopefully within 6 months, if things, but the international one, you plan it 12 months in advance. So that will be the last to recover, in my opinion.
Okay, so we're really looking at next year, yeah? End of next year to
absolutely
fully have the volume that you used to. Okay, the last one is looking into technology multi-stamp. Linan, who do you want to answer this? And then please show us the whole graph.
Okay, I think for this one, we already got a pretty good answer from the audience already. So we can just show all the results by now.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so it's good now. Yes, so we can see here, lots of our audience have their own opinions onto this, especially for the mice business. They think it would be unlikely to get back soon. So all of this opinion we will gather and to share with everyone on our page as well after the event. So thank you for being part of this survey.
One interesting part is that I saw that 92% of people that they received the first shot for the vaccine. I'm
Yeah.
among those.
Which one?
Okay, lucky you. So apparently is doing pretty well as well in terms of vaccination.
Lina, sorry, can you put back? I think Atilla, it's gone. Can you ask the IT to get him back? He's asking.
Okay, I think we're done with the survey, so he can always welcome to join back with the second part of the event. Okay, thank you. Thank you, IT team. You can stop sharing the survey. So I think as we announced at the first part of the show, we also have the Gather Town during this time with our interaction after this. So we received a lot of good questions. Lots of good questions from our audience. So actually after the survey, we would like to go to the part where we have the guest speaker. They will have some opinion to share as well. And we would love to have more questions in the chat box so our team can pick up. So may I just invite the first guest speaker? He already showed at the beginning of the event already. So Mr. Ming Nguyen, are you there? If you can hear us, please reveal yourself.
Yes, can hear you clearly. Thank you for allowing me to share this platform with a lot of people that whose work that I admire a lot. So thank you again, and thank you again for organizing this event, especially during this difficult time. Moro and Sabo's team, you guys have been doing a great job. I know some of you guys, have been vaccinated lately, and you've been working very, very hard. And I appreciate it a lot.
Thank you, Yang. The IT team, can we have spotlight also Moro and Nhung? Would love to invite them to this chat, because actually before the event, Ning was sharing with me some really good point about Phu Quoc and also the way that he managing the staff costs during this time.
Yes, very quickly about Phu Quoc. We are still in the lockdown following the Directive 16. Just like, other 19 provinces in the south, hotels, a majority of them remain closed, and we still, wait for further instruction from the local government. But on the upside, the weather is great, the sun is shining, and the birds are singing. And, we are really hopeful, in the face of the darkest days, and, with my great hope that, the brighter days are still ahead. And so that's about Phu Quoc, and that's a great question, about staff costing, and I'm gonna open today's topic with the recent news that, that I think broke a lot of people's hearts. Messi has left Barcelona. I'm sorry, I'm sad. I'm sad too. I'm not a big fan, but I'm sad. But what breaks my heart even more is that he left because Barcelona wasn't able to control their staff costs. The staff costs are at 110% of their total revenues. So there's no way for them to keep their, maybe the biggest, maybe the greatest player of all time. So which brings me to the next point, right? And according to the Hotel Trends report from CBRE, I'm sorry, Sabos, from the year of 1980 to 2015, our staff cost in this industry is about 42.8% of our total operating costs. And it runs from 29% to 35% of our total revenues. And I'm sure these ratios are growing during COVID. And if if we're not managing it effectively, it's going to become, overboard. It's going to become too much. And with, our respect to our limited time today, I'm not going to be able to walk you guys through the steps and the tool that we implemented. I'm sure I have given the Salvos team the template that we use to do it. And I'm sure you're very, very welcome to get a hold of it. But the solution is, I share with the team from Melia and here today that multitasking and cross-functional training. And we implemented this program back in September of last year, 2020. So these are the results that we realized at DoSit, right? So before the program in July of 2020, we had the occupancy of 45.9%. And we had at that time 116 staff in total, right? So after that program in December of the same year, we had 45.8%. Guess what? At this time, we had only 90%, 90 people, 90 staff. So that about 22.4% more efficient. And again, in April of this year, we had only, unfortunately, the occupancy only 40%, but at that time we had only 80 staff. So that's about, 31% more efficient. And you may ask, what is your service level? Okay, I'm very proud of my team, to still have a 9.3 over 10 on booking.com. That's number 2 in Fukuoka. And we're remaining about 92.1% of all 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. And noted that the top 10% of the top 10% of all the hotels in the world had that ratio about 95%. So we're still up there. And then what I see the benefits from multitasking and cross-functional training is that if you're an owner, you're listening today, it will increase your profit. And even hotel operator, like Melia, like AKARYN, it will drive your incentive fees, right? You guys have management fees, you guys have system charges, and you guys have incentive fees. Of course, this will drive your incentive fees. And if you're listening as a hotel GM, it will vastly enhance your value, in the eyes of hotel operator and also in the eyes of owners. And finally, I just want to emphasize on this, right? I'm very against cutting staff benefits. I'm strongly against cutting staff benefits. I'm strongly against cutting training costs, training efforts and expenses. So so I mean that's it for me, about staff costs and training and how we're looking at it. But we're in a different world right now, ladies and gentlemen, and that's things have to change. Hotel industry or not, we will have to change. We have to adapt. So again, thank you for listening and have a wonderful evening. I'm very happy to assist you. Please connect with me via LinkedIn, and I'm ready to walk you through what we have done here, Dusit, and walk you through the template as well.
Thank you very much. I don't know if Linan has given you a brief introduction about yourself.
Yeah, I will just adding now because we actually have a good question for you as your position, because you're actually the general director in charge of hotels investment for Dusit Princess Fukuoka, if I'm correct. So because we have been announcing you as a guest speaker today, so we also have the Dean of Tourism Department, Skool. He would like to ask for some advice because he actually taking care of lots of students which actually studying hospitality this year, and they are about to enter the market. So as the one who already owned the property, maybe you can share some experience with him as well.
Sure, absolutely. I'll be very happy to.
Okay, so I would like to ask Mr. G.
Hello, G.
Hello,
very nice to meet you.
Hello. Very nice and very nice to meet you. And I really enjoy your information and story. I just heard that you mentioned about occupancy and efficiencies of the hotel by leveraging on multitasking. I think that is first a short run, but do you think that in the long run that would work well in your hotel, in your property?
Great question, Mangji.
Yeah.
I think that would be the trend going forward. The Dusit International Group has contacted me and expressed a program that they're going to do about multitasking within their own hotels.
Okay.
And they will implement it first at our property, but actually we went ahead in September of last year to implement this program. I think this is the trend, definitely. And for the students that are listening right now, I think you have to be multitask. You have to be able to work in different departments, and you'll increase your value, enhance your value. And I think as leaders and as managers, I think one of the most important tasks is to train. And to train and to put the people in the right place at the right time.
Okay. From some articles that I read that the kind of technology in distribution would be king in after the post-COVID environment. So could you elaborate on that statement?
I totally agree on the technology part. Before my career in hospitality, I was the IT consultant with PricewaterhouseCoopers. So I totally understand the importance of technology, and I'm sure Mr. Huang here, he would advocate for that. But I think when you move from at the moment, I think a lot of owners are facing with the difficulty with cash flows, right? So in terms of changing the technology at the moment, I think it would be more difficult than changing the way you're operating, because it will take some capital.
Okay.
It will require some capital to change.
Right.
At the moment. So that's how I feel, and I think, I mean, to be able to make the fastest move and to realize the fastest results, I think it would be you have to invest in your people, you have to invest in your staff, and you have to invest in yourself. Keep learning.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you.
That's a very good question. Jin Young, do you want to add some comments, or maybe keep us updated about the next activity then?
Yes, today, guys, I'm in charge of a very interesting place. It's called Gather Town. So I will be the manager of the bar and lounge exclusively for this event today. And this is just our trial, because we're trying to launch something that people join event can have the networking together. So maybe I let Linan to keep ask some of the questions from the audience, and then some of the attendees who received a link to the bar and lounge, because we have a very limited space. So we hope that you could just join us now, whoever have the link, and then we can come back here later. And for those that have the link, those that have the link, please enter, put the name and company there, and then we will serve you some drinks there, and we make a networking there.
I'm sorry, what happened to the one that didn't get why some people didn't get the link?
The reason is because this platform only allow around 25 people. So we have to select a Spencer HoSkarian who attended the previous one, or who's our active followers. So next time, I hope that we have a larger space so everyone can join us.
Yes, so let me just, on top of that, we are trial. This is the first trial we're doing for the HoSkar bar. It will allow people, so everybody in this call will be allowed to talk to each other directly into the HoSkar bar. Only some people have received the link. The simple reason is because now we are in a trial period. So we only had 25 people, and we used to the one that we know better, because we had to communicate with them easier. But from the next time, we'll try to expand into a larger one. If it works, everybody will be welcome, if you are connected with us, to obviously participate and communicate with everybody that is into this call.
Okay.
Ning, over to you.
Yeah, and I believe that Linan will have a lot of interesting for you guys after this. So please go ahead.
Actually, we still have one last part, which is the online quiz. So thank you, Ning. Thank you for the information. So before,
sorry, I think Attila is back with a microphone. Before you ask him a question, and he didn't have the microphone. But now, especially talking about multitasking. Attila, are you there? Do you want to contribute a bit on the last discussion?
Yeah, it was a very good discussion, to be honest. I wanted to also talk about it. For years, the story of multitasking was always on the table, trying to find out how we can implement it. But I believe it's also depending on the general manager, depending on the international chain, even if it's a local chain. I think it's a very good practice. Thanks for sharing it. I think the Skool program I was mentioning before is all about that. But it's a program that we will implement for a year maximum, where the student will come, will learn a couple of different phases, different disciplines, and then after a year they go and they're gonna work in with other groups or within the school company. But this is multitasking. I think it's been said, it's been implemented maybe in some chains as an intern management programs. But now this is the way we should go in. I agree with you. And at the end of the day, we said it many times that the payroll is very high. It's high because it's normal. It's the cost of life as well. And we have to realize as well that owners, they're also putting a lot of pressure on management companies, on GMs, where we need to make higher profits, and average GOP should be 45, 50, 60. These days are over. We should stop thinking like that. We should also look how we're going to grow our business. What's going to be the profitability of our business in a good days and also in the bad days, because sometimes we need to do provisions. I had the discussion many times about why we always increasing the budget, increasing the profitability, because sometimes we have bad years. We just have to make sure that we have a proper staff retention, that all these questions are on. And I believe that it's also the multitasking is one of the subjects. There are many other subjects for sure.
Thank you, Attila. Lina, please, over to you.
Okay, so thank you, Attila, for a very good point. So I think we've been covering lots of interesting topics today. So we're still receiving lots of questions, but we make sure to deliver all to our KOLs and make sure it's all answered if they're suitable. So I think we enter the last part here, which is the online quiz. Have a very interesting content, but also the gift set sponsored by Anna Professional. So maybe the IT team can help me to show the quiz quickly. And the way you would join us is that if you're joining the Zoom by your laptop, then you should prepare another device, which is your phone here. And this one, everyone can join, even our KOLs. So please pick up your phone. As long as you have the internet connection, you just enter the link right here, which are kahoot.it. And then you put on the number, the PIN number with your nickname. And this nickname should be your real name for the registration, so we can send the gift to you. So whatever content, whatever questions you see on the screen, you just choose your answer accordingly with the color in your phone. So we will receive your answer. So the one who answered correctly and fastest will receive the gift from the sponsor. So I hope that would be clear. Our team will have to text as well the link inside the chat box for you. So please, can you show us the quiz, please? And this part, even our audience in the live stream can join, so don't miss this chance.
Sorry, Lina, for a slow people like me, can you just repeat it one more time?
Okay, so as you can see on the screen, we have the link for the kahoot.it. So you just need to get another device and access to this link and put on the game PIN number you see there. And put your name
so
as well.
I open this, I put this PIN number, and I will be playing this game.
Yes, and you will be in.
And all the name of people that I see in front of me are the one that actually successfully are playing the game, correct?
Yes, we see the number of people rising, so we got almost 30 now.
Okay, and we have also, yes.
Okay, so we are preparing 5 questions. So the one that answered the fastest will show the name on the screen. Okay, lots of people are logging in. I hope our KOLs can join as well.
I think our KOLs are drinking already at the HoSkar bar, but.
Okay, I see a good number. Let's make it 40 and we can start the quiz. Okay, so we will show one by one the quiz and then end very fast. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, we reached 40. So please, can I have the question? I think we can start the quiz now. Thank you. Please remember to choose the answer on your phone or the second device. So the optical character recognition is the technology used for. I think if Juan's still here, he can answer it very fast. This would be for the room service, for hotel reservation, for spa fitness, or would be used for the hotel check-in scan ID. 2 seconds left and we're next. Okay, so we got the correct answer. And okay, and fun, we have 5 people, which is the fastest for the quiz. The next question would be, Does a nice spa and gym facility make you a wellness hotel? What do you think, Moro?
Sorry, Nana, was trying to enter the other one. Well, I don't suggest, otherwise I help people. I think it's much more than just a spa and gym.
Okay, let's see if it's the correct answer. So maybe it's not just spa and gym to define the wellness. Is that correct? Yes. So that would be much more than that. Okay, we still have the same list here, the first position. Which destination has the international flight? So this is a very general knowledge. We got 3 options here: Phuyen, Phan Giang, or Cameroon. Only 5 seconds.
I hope nobody's Googling it during the walk, guys, seriously.
Okay, we got lots of answers then. Still some people choose wrong. Okay, let's see who's the winner. Two more opportunities, guys. Which destination is planning to try vaccine passport program? Very hot topic. What do you think? Da Nang, Phu Quoc, Ho Chi Minh, or Đà Lạt? Okay, apparently Phu Quoc is heading to the vaccine passport program.
Sorry, who answered Ho Chi Minh City? Can we raise a question to some? Can we know at a certain point?
Maybe they got the confidential information that no one has. Okay, so still few familiar face, and this is the last chance. Please choose quickly. Current change in tourism are being driven by people want to travel more, or cheap fares, technology, or all of the above. Okay, and we will know 3 winners right after this. So remember, even though we show the list of 5, only 3 can receive the gift. Okay, very close. Will be Mai Huang, Matthew. And the first one would be. So we would like to receive the screenshot. Please quickly take a screenshot of your phone or the device you play the quiz and send back to us. We'll make sure we send all the gift sets from the sponsor to you. Thank you all. Okay, I see Moro on the screen, maybe. Okay, Moro, so we finished the quiz online, which is the last part of the event. So if you do not have any further sharing, would like to say to our audience, I would like to end the event and thank you everybody to join us today. Oh, it seems like you're muted.
No, I was in a HoSkar bar and I was just multitasking because everybody's talking about multitasking today. I tried myself to multitask. It didn't work. So sorry, I missed it. We finished the program today. We keep it going.
Yes. So actually we found 3 winners and we will make sure that we send all the gifts from the sponsor to them after the event. And now if you do not, or any KOLs would like to say anything, please raise your hand.
So I think we still here. Some of the people are moved already to gather town. I think Anthony, you're there. You're connecting from Sydney.
You've got a very cool background.
Anthony, you don't have a microphone. Can we give a microphone to everybody?
I just did. I just gave him.
Anthony,
can you hear me now, Maro? Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
How are you all?
We're in the middle of lockdown, so we are at the best.
Yes. Our hearts go to all our clients, families, and everyone in Vietnam. Stay strong. We are similar to you in Sydney. Unfortunately, we had a very good run for about 12 months, 15 months, and now we have 13 million out of 24 million in lockdown in Sydney. So the Delta strain's really taken effect here. We have, I think 30% of the country has the first vaccination, or the first jab, 50% has the second jab. But we're now up to about 1.2 million people a week. So we're hoping to be done by sort of December this year. We've seen quite a few transactions though in Australia. Our property market is, 20% up. Our tourism regional is very, very strong. City, not so strong. We've seen some transactions. CKL from Stanford put on his whole portfolio of property for $1.2 billion in Australia. So we've seen, the take up of that. We've also seen property at the high end very, very strong, 20% up. We did a project last week in Darling Point where they sold a penthouse there for 16 million. So,
Anthony, sorry to interrupt. Can you tell everybody else, because we know it, but maybe not everybody, what do you do for a living?
We own a branding and marketing agency. We are probably one of the most sort of high-end luxury branding agencies in Asia Pacific. We have an office in Ho Chi Minh City, in Bangkok and Singapore, and our head office in Sydney. So unfortunately, pre-COVID, I was a week in Vietnam per month, and I just want to get back there. I miss you all, and we pray for you and for you to stay strong, and we will come out of this together. We will, all of us.
Don't come now. You may find it a very different environment.
Yes.
You can hear in the night just ambulance every single day going. It's pretty sad, that situation. I mean, we'll get out of this, but we're there. Chris, how's about you? I see you going there. Have you changed position? Chris, does it before? Yes, but you don't have the microphone.
Yes,
Renan, can you give a quiz?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Anthony, so are you planning to be back to Vietnam anytime next year?
I've had my second vaccination, so as soon as I am able to travel, I will travel. I won't let it stop me from traveling and stop me from doing business. We've still got some really good inquiry on projects we're working on Vietnam. We're lucky to work with Logis and Fusion down in Oxora and Ho Tram that had very good results down there. We're working up with Mayland and May Capital up in Bailu on a project as well, and Angel Island too. So we're still getting some work from Asia. It's just like a lot of us. We're grinding it out and making the most of any opportunities. So,
for everybody in this call, are you guys hiring people? I remember that a few months ago you were looking for new staff.
We are still looking for some business development people in Vietnam. If anyone's wanting to reach out, thank you, Mauro. Good plug. Yes, we are, and we're very bullish about Asia and particularly Vietnam in the future. We see a lot of opportunity and a lot of upside there to bring, our international branding standards and marketing standards. We've been lucky. We've done probably $40 billion of gross realization over sort of the time. So we're looking forward to really coming to Vietnam, more often and really trying to help the economy and trying to really sort of, bring these hospitality brands to really lift and become world famous international brands. So, Australians love Vietnam. They just, the climate, the people, the resorts and everything. So, we're very bullish about the future. And, you guys have a great product and a great opportunity in that country. So stick to it. Good, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes, let's get out of that space. Chris, how about yourself? Give us some news about you. You change position. Which chain are you working with?
Well, I'm representing the Standard now. I'm not sure if all of you have heard about the Standard, but we are a US-based brand. We have been around for over 20 years, but 3 years ago, I mean, Sanseri, who is one of the biggest developers in Thailand, have bought over the Standard hotels and now expanding rapidly in Asia. But of course, we are quite a unique brand, so we are looking at a unique destination, a unique location. So we are being very selective in terms of expanding our hotels. But yeah, the Standard is the brand, and we also have KARYN, which is our secondary brand that we are kind of expanding right now. So we are opening one in Singapore very soon. We are opening one in Bangkok in the Mahanakorn building very soon. We are talking on a couple of opportunities in Vietnam. We are also looking at hotels in Japan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines. So yeah, but all in all, we are looking at the majority is the key cities in Asia Pacific that we are looking to expand right now.
And would you consider the Standard as a party hotel? How will you define it if you have to explain about the Standard?
Mauro, I mean, I think we have been in the industry for quite long, and we have been hearing people talking about lifestyle brand or this unique entertaining brand. But to be quite honest, I've never seen anything quite lifestyle as the Standard is. The Standard is very lifestyle. It entertains you with your daily life, your nightlife, your food and beverage. The design is unique in every location that you go. So even though our brand is called the Standard, the hotel is not very standard in every location that you go. It's quite unique. And of course, we tend to go into a location where you have more of an entertaining environment. And yeah, nightlife is something we support a lot. A lot of our hotels are visited by Hollywood and a lot of celebrities. So that's kind of the backbone of the brand. But all in all, I would say that the brand is, focusing on being unique in the destination and considering the local culture and the local environment, and bring on and embrace what the local culture is all about, and taking into consideration of that and make the design happen in terms of, catering to the local as well as the international travelers. Because I think one of the very unique thing about the Standard is that most of the hotels are looking for travelers, international travelers, and people who are traveling to each destination. But our hotels caters a lot to the locals itself, coming in terms of the food and beverage, in terms of partying, nightlife, in terms of, creating an event. So, that's something very unique, and we are trying to, propose that in terms of the current market situation after post-COVID. I think it's going to be very important for hotels to be unique in its own and have its identity. So that's very important for the brand.
Thank you, Chris. Fenedy,
Thank you, Mauro.
I don't see you at the bar. What happened? You think you got the link, but you still somehow...
I can go to the bar.
You can go to the bar where you like to be. So if you're here, then tell us, everybody, which is the destination that you think we recover first? That's my last question. And Chris, sorry, you want to cheers with me? I didn't get it.
Yeah, cheers with everyone. I mean, who cannot get into the bar, but I think we can create a bar here.
No, we can create a bar here. We can send the link to the bar, but if we reach more than 25, I think the space jam.
Yeah. So wherever we are, it's the bar. So
it's the bar.
We can also create another bar here.
The bar. You can't do it one by one, but it's the bar. Next time, register. Cheers. So, Fenedy, tell us which destination will come first.
Well, obviously, the first one that it's going to open based on the number of inoculations, that confidence. So, of course, Singapore will be leading because they're leading in terms of vaccination. And then, of course, the Delta or whatever variant that will come out our way, this quarter or next quarter will also be kind of a game changer, because it's always like that. We kind of move forward and then something will happen. We have a lockdown, just like, Australia, Sydney, having that lockdown. China was enjoying such a peak of their, performance, and then suddenly the Nanjing case. And then from, about 75% occupancy dropped to 17%. But basically, it's really about the control of the number, inoculation. Then I would say, of course, Singapore will lead. And then it's just about, we don't know which one in the other Southeast Asian markets is more likely to open. But generally, of course, like say, for example, Vietnam, if you'll be, like some island destinations, or let's say Phuket, or they can control more cases, then they're more likely to generate more potential in opening and or recovery for next year.
Okay, so guys, I think I'm Linan, tell us, it's already 8 o'clock.
Yes.
I'm going to finish up to start my first dinner of the day. I do fasting, so I eat dinner.
Oh, nice.
It's good to see everybody. I think Maxine, thank you for joining. Sebastian, I see you there, and then I can't wait to come to see you again at the MIA in Tao Dien.
Looking forward. Yeah.
As soon as you guys reopen.
Monday, actually.
Okay, good. So I'm in your Italian restaurant over there, yeah? Or
It's
your
a very
brunch.
good event. Yes, even though it's like 2-hour event, but I can see that still familiar faces remain. So thank you all for spending time with us today. And yeah, we will post also all the videos and maybe further questions on our social media after this. So looking forward to meet you again next month. Cheers.
Thank you, Maro and team. I hope we can do this more often.
Cheers, cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Cheers. Have a good night.
Good night.
Don't stay out late tonight.